I wanted to introduce you to Jonathan, who has become quite a regular at the Chet Atkins conventions.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
how long have you been in town? Did you grow up?
Yeah, I grew up right outside of town, about 45 minutes in
Mhm.
Charlotte, Tennessee.
Charlotte, Tennessee.
I live in the house that I basically grew up in still,
Really?
without my parents.
Yeah. Well.
Well, it's my grandparents' old house, but
Yeah.
yeah, I still live there, and I was born here in town.
Good.
Closest hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I grew up around Nashville, and it's grown a lot since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Gone crazy.
Well, let's get started off by playing something. Do you want to play something by yourself, or you want to try and fake our way through something here?
Which would be more fun?
I don't know.
We could do. I'll play. I'll do a Merle Travis number called "Farewell, My Bluebell."
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, what guitar are you playing on there?
Oh, this is a Collings D2HT.
D2HT.
Yeah.
Boy, they make great things.
Oh yeah.
They
oh
make
yeah.
some
It's
great
great
instruments.
guitars. Yeah. Just love 'em.
Now, is it standard size? Maybe we can get some closer shots of that instrument there.
It's a
Regular-
D28
regular
size
dreadnought,
dreadnought.
yeah.
Size, and it's got the herringbone on it and it's got a baked Sitka top, and Indian rosewood back and sides,
Mm-hmm.
and they use high glue on this. It's got the cut through saddle on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really got a good sound to it.
Oh, it just gets
I'm really
full.
I'm really happy with it. I mean, just strumming, it just got a lot of kick to it.
Yeah. Got a little bit of an edge to the sound, so it'd be
Yeah.
great for, I'm sure, like bluegrass is perfect
Yeah.
for Merle Travis.
It's good for
Stuff as
yeah,
well.
all around kind of.
Collins are great folks over there. How long have you been working with them?
Well, I did a demo at a while ago while they were in town back in 2016. So I've been friends with Steve McCreary for a while now, and just now started playing their guitars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm really happy to be playing their guitars.
Good. For a short time there, we lived in Austin, Texas, and I was working there, and we lived on South Lamar down there, just a couple doors down from the Broken Spoke. I didn't even realize that we were right in the middle of some Texas legend music stuff. I didn't even realize it at the time, and then I remember driving down the road down there. I forget, it's not 431, it's 90 or something like that, and the drove right past Collins Guitars.
Oh yeah.
Collins Guitars. Ended up knocking on the door, and they didn't know me from Adam, and I said,
Yeah.
hey, can I look around? And they were happy, and they took me around, nicest folks in the world.
Yeah, good people.
And
Yeah.
here, they're just a little nondescript building in Austin at that time, south of Austin, and they're putting out just amazing amazing instruments.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And the case that it came in is handmade. So
Wow.
that's a goes to show you.
They really care.
Yeah, yeah,
Really care.
yeah.
All right, we have so many questions already. Folks are asking. Brian is asking, are there any tab books with that style available with Merle Travis stuff? I'm going to mention a couple of things in our resources. I found a couple of things. But have you found any good resources for learning the Travis technique?
You know, there's a ton of videos on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
with people playing these tunes, and going back and listening to the record was kind of how I learned,
Mm-hmm.
and watching videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I never really learned by tab.
Mm-hmm.
I just I kind of watched or listened to what they did and tried to make it sound like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I kind of developed my own ways of doing things. So I guess it's been better to do it that way. I guess it's better for me to do it that way, because you kind of develop your own style, and you don't have to play it. I don't play everything exactly like Merle Travis, and
Yeah.
nobody does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Chet Atkins, but
Yeah.
I like to, pretend.
Yeah. No. You have to build your own voice with it.
Yeah. Play on
and-
my way, I guess.
And you are using a thumb pick there. What kind of thumb pick are you using? Just regular National?
This is a National. I just recently switched. Was playing a DeAndrea thumb pick, which I found out that Chet Atkins used DeAndrea,
Yeah.
and now I can't. You can order them online, but the Nationals are good too. I like National and DeAndrea.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both.
And then if we could get a shot of his nails as well. So now you've got pretty significant nails there. Are those real or are those press on or
These are acrylic.
acrylic?
I get
Okay.
them done at the nail salon.
Yeah.
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 Real
And
macho.
and pretty long for those type of nails,
Yeah.
but you get such a good bite out of the string when you're attacking the string.
Yeah, I feel like I get a better tone with these kind of nails
Mhm.
than just the flesh. But some people, they have calluses built up on their right hand, which they get great tone. Like Tommy Emmanuel, he gets great tone,
Mm-hmm.
and
Now-
he just uses calluses on his right hand.
How often do you have to have those worked on?
I like to get them done once a month, but sometimes I let that go a little
Yeah.
longer if I can't get in there to do it. But I just got these done to get ready for this.
Oh,
so.
well. Wow. Well, wonderful. Now, you have been around town and playing. Did you grow up in a musical family?
My dad played, and he tried to play the fiddle too, and I mean he was pretty good, but he was better at guitar. So he taught me, a few chords on the guitar when I was really little. You
Yeah.
know? And I learned the Wildwood Flower. That was my first
Wildwood Flower.
kind of instrumental that I learned from my dad. And
Can you play a little bit of Wildwood
Sure.
Flower? Start out in bluegrass and in flat picking.
Right.
A lot of folks start with Wildwood Flower.
yeah, and then I think I started taking drum lessons when I was a kid. I started playing drums when I was
Mhm.
like 9, and then got serious about guitar because my drum teacher had a gold top Les Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw him with that guitar, and I was like, man, that's cool. I want to play guitar. and my dad, he had been showing me stuff, and I've been trying to pick it up and learn a little bit, but my first desire when I was like, I want to be a guitar player is when he came in and practice. He would practice with me with the drums with that gold top Les Paul.
Mhm.
And I was like, man, these drums are cool, but I want one of those. you know?
That's right.
And so I started getting really into it, and took lessons from a guy named Dot Stone
Mm-hmm.
from in Dixon, Tennessee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And,
Wonderful.
it was pretty cool, and he played the Travis style.
Right.
Yeah. So I think
Thumb pick and the whole bit.
So
yeah.
early on, I found a tape of my dad's. He had a Chet Atkins tape, and in his tape collection, and I went into my guitar teacher and asked him, did he know some of the tunes, and he did. He knew like 20 Chet Atkins tunes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the first tune that he taught me was Trombone.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like the first Chet Atkins introduction I got was through playing trombone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't play it with the whammy bar, but
Another classic tune to know is the trombone. Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if I can.
Yep.
Yeah, that was like one of the first ones that I learned, and I just really got into it and started.
Now, how old are you at this point? Teenager?
10 years old.
10 years. Okay,
Yeah,
so
10 or
pretty young.
11, and then but I was doing all kinds of different. I was into all kinds of different music, like rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got into punk rock and all kinds of stuff, but mainly traditional country music is what I grew up on. But,
Yeah, yeah. But
stuff.
then now I heard that you do quite a bit of jazz. I've heard some of your jazz stuff too.
I did. I made a jazz record, but it's kind of like finger picking jazz, you
Yeah.
know. And so I do some of that on some of those old tunes. And
Now, did you go around? I know in the bluegrass world, they have, gatherings and conferences and jams all the time. Did you kind of get into that circuit and go to various bluegrass events?
not really. I just I guess I never really got into that. I guess, but I did go to Spigma this year.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
That was cool. I enjoyed it.
Now,
And
where's that at?
out at the same place where they have the Chet Atkins Appreciation Society.
Oh, really?
Convention every year.
Over the Sheraton.
The Music City Sheraton.
Sheraton.
Yeah, yeah.
And now the Chet Atkins, I know that's kind of in late June, early July, kind of around there, or
I should know this. July, yeah.
July. Yeah, yeah.
July the 13th or 10th, 11th, 12th. Yeah.
Now, how long have you
Thank
been
you.
going out to the Chet Atkins convention, the CAST convention?
Probably about 10 or 12 years now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's been longer than that. Sorry. It's been about 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. What a great gathering of musicians and
It's great.
a great spirit about the whole thing. And
It's super cool. Yeah.
I know
love it.
last year's event came roaring back. It was just a great event.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a great event. I really enjoy myself every year. I wish it could last all year.
All right, we already have a few questions in there. Sharon Tiano is saying, where should a thumb pick sit for proper fitting on it? I don't know, we might need to get a close-up of this to see
My
where
dirty
you-
nails, but you can see there. I don't like it. It can easily slip off if you don't put it up there snug.
Yeah,
And
and it's got to be on there snug.
yeah, it's got to be on there nice and snug.
To do that. So I'd say, Sharon, on that, play around with them and find one that works for you. A lot of guys use the Nationals, but there are different types, and so just check them out and find one that works for you, and then just start the slow, frustrating process of getting your thumb to go dunk, clink, dunk, clink, dunk.
Yeah.
Where you can do. You think it's easy. It looks effortless when you see Chet Atkins and these other guys do it. Try it sometime, and you'll see that it's not as. It's actually much more precise than it sounds. It sounds kind of free and easy, but it's very precise.
Yeah, it is. Took me a while to figure that out.
How did you get started on doing that sort of? What sort of exercises did you do, or?
I played with a flat pick in the beginning, and I started out doing the boom chick with the flat pick.
Yeah.
And then I changed to a thumb pick really, really quick. But it was just a matter of like that first tune. Maybe one of the first ones was "Windy and Warm" or whatever, and "Freight Train."
Yeah.
And then my teacher, he showed me some patterns. So it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do that, and then on one, you add the fingers in. Then on 1 and 3, 1, 2. Then on the end. But with Freight Train, the tune Freight Train, that's one of the first ones I would recommend learning if you're getting into fingerstyle guitars. Learn Freight Train, listen to Libby Cotton's version of it as well. But if you do count 1, 2, 3, 4 with the 5, 4, 6, 4 string 5, 4, 6, 4 5, 4, 6, 4 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it on 1 and 3 with your fingers. You can easily play Freight Train after you learn that, kind of. Kind of comes on the end right there. But just some little exercises like that is what I started out with.
Right. And even on the, I don't have a thumb pick here with me, but even on the, when you were doing the, the 5th string to the 4th string, when you're hitting the 4th string, you're even kind of hitting at least touching a little bit that 3rd string. So it kind of comes out to be.
Yeah, and that kind of keeps the rhythm. That's a rhythm player.
Keeps the rhythm going in there. And I remember Tom Bresch, when he was talking about that at our conference, he talked about that a little bit as well.
Right, and the Chet Atkins played more precise with the 5, 4, 6, 4, and then Travis was like,
it's much more.
And he got all that meat on there,
Yeah.
I really like that sound that he got out of that. That was
brilliant. Lee Candiotti is saying, do you partially mute the lower strings when you're doing the boom chick? And the short answer is yes, a little bit. Now, can you show us, maybe we can get a tight shot of this? Sorry, David, I'm making you work tonight. What part of your hand and where are you touching close to the bridge on?
I've got this part of my hand right here, and it's laying about an inch or two above the bridge there, or above the saddle, and it's muting those top.
Those kind of 6th, 5th, and maybe a little bit of 4th.
A little bit of 4th.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I switch up and I don't mute at all, which
It's a different sound.
Different sound.
Yeah.
And you get a different kind of feel, like it gives it a different feel. The muting, I don't always mute, and sometimes I don't even like to mute.
Yeah.
It's like,
well,
and that makes it sound better if you just leave them.
Right. It's just another texture. It's just another color that you can use.
Yeah.
And like you were doing the opening to, maybe in a little bit we'll play. What were you doing? You were doing the opening to Cannonball Rag, and you were doing it off where it was all arpeggiated, and you were doing that without the mute. And then when you came onto the song, you started muting.
Yeah.
So it's just different colors that you can play with. You want to have as many techniques underneath your belt as possible to get the sounds that you're going for.
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right. If we had, and if everybody has some more questions, just let us know. Jeffrey is saying that's almost a kind of a claw hammer approach to doing when you kind of tighten up on it so much. I've seen claw hammer banjoing, but I know Molly Tuttle kind of does a little bit of a kind of a claw hammer technique on guitar, and it's very similar to that, just kind of choking it down even more.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the things that you have going on in your. Are you doing a lot of playing these days? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm practicing a lot, and I'm working for my dad, and doing that to keep the bills paid, and and just I've been working on some new recordings with Mark Thornton at Sidekick Sound Studios here in Nashville, and he's a good thumb picker too. He's a really good player, and he used to play for Jerry Reed, and I've been recording with him some, and just woodshed pretty much every day.
Yeah, good.
Who is this asking Do you write any of your own?
Neil ES335. He's one of our wonderful moderators. He's asking, do you write any of your own material? Do you have?
I'd like to play something that I wrote.
Please tell us about it first.
It's just this. I came up with this tune one morning, and it was a nice morning. I was out on my patio playing guitar.
Yeah.
Came up with this little figure, and I made a song out of it, and I just called it "Good Morning Sunshine."
Good.
So I think I'll play that.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, we've got a bunch of questions here. Brian Fitzpatrick is saying, do you use your left thumb to cover and do bass notes?
Yes.
Tell us about that technique. That's not something I just had the flexibility to do, so I've never
Yeah.
been able to do it. But I admire guys who can do it.
It frees up these fingers, you know, from doing the bar chord. Like if you were doing this F, you wouldn't be able to play all those notes. And it frees up your.
Right.
I done it, you know. There's even a C chord I play with it hanging.
So you're barring that with the G and the fifth, so the sixth
Yeah.
and the fifth string.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get some cool, you know. It's just, I mean, of course you could play this chord like this, but that's the way Travis would have played it. So I do a lot of that, covering sixth and fifth string with my thumb.
I don't know of a way to practice that other than just to start incorporating in some chord shapes would be the only way I can think of to practice that. I don't really know of any exercises to practice that.
Yeah, like a C9 works really good with the fifth on top, with the fifth on the bottom. You know, with the G on the bottom.
So go through each note for that, so the guys can know. So it's G, C,
G, C,
and then E,
B flat,
D,
yeah, B
D,
flat.
G, and E. Yeah.
And then, you know, I use it a lot. I use my thumb a lot.
It's kind of a, what is that, a G13?
Yeah. Add 9. Trying to think of another gnarly one that I use. Oh,
Okay, what is
this
that?
E7,
E7 with a B and an E coming over with the
yeah,
thumb.
with the 5th and the root on, up there on the. So there's a lot of that in there, and trying to think of one other cool one I did. It's just a quick way to
Yeah.
get to the chord.
Yeah. Now, what song were you just playing there? Is that Cannonball Rag?
Cannonball Rag, yeah.
You want to do that one?
Let's do that one.
Let's do that one. All right. Yes. Yes.
That was fun.
Wow. Wow. Wonderful, wonderful. Maria is asking, will you ever put out any books of your original music?
I would like to one day. I have several things tabbed out that other people have tabbed for me.
Yeah.
I'm not too particularly good at tabbing stuff,
Yeah.
but I've had some people tab some stuff out for me, and I'd like to get a book together at some point.
Now, if folks want to get more familiar with you and your music, do you have a website?
Yes, JonathanBrownGuitar.com.
JonathanBrownGuitar.com.
Yes.
And then I'm assuming you're on Facebook and Instagram and some other things as well.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And those are, I mean, your Instagram name, I remember it was something different than
Official Jonathan Brown.
Official Jonathan Brown. Okay, okay. Very cool. And they can, I can see they can contact you through those as well, email.
Through
if
my
they have-
website is the easiest way. Just go to contact at JonathanBrownGuitar.com.
Do you
Go to
have
con-
some CDs available or some projects available?
I just sold out of my jazz CD, and I need to order some more. But you can download it on iTunes. Jonathan Brown Nashville Jazz was the most recent album I put out, and I've got an old one. If you contact me, I'll send you one.
Good. Charles is asking, what do you practice, and how often do you practice? Like when you sit down to practice, do you have a set kind of path that you go on, or is it just whatever you feel that you need to work on at the moment?
I try to pick a tune, and I do a lot of playing over chords and stuff. I enjoy doing that, and like Sweet Georgia Brown. I'll pick a key and play that song, and just play over the changes as much as I can until I get comfortable with in that key, you know. And I practice as if I was playing with another. I don't get to always play with another person,
Right.
but I practice like I'm playing with somebody, and kind of switch it up, you know, and pretend that I'm playing rhythm and all that, you know. So I get a good feel of the tunes and stuff.
Good.
Yeah, Sweet Georgia Brown's a good one. That's a
Good.
good one to practice.
Good, and it takes you through around all these seventh chords. We
Yeah.
might play that one here in a bit. Now, do you have like you mentioned the jazz stuff? Do you have a standard worked up or anything that you could play for us? Jazz? Something we've kind of
yeah.
done the Travis picking thing here a little bit.
Yeah.
I hate to put you on the spot. We didn't
No.
talk about this, but
Let's see here. How about The Birth of the Blues? Yeah. That's when I worked up here pretty recent.
good. Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Keith had a question here. Keith Bates is asking, great technique. What has been the most influential thing, or one of the things that have been most influential in practicing to get the level of technique that you're playing at now?
The thing that's been most influential in getting the...
I mean, just paying real close attention to it, I would assume it being really accurate with you're not letting yourself be sloppy.
Well,
Is one part of that.
well, I try to... Sometimes, I mean, we all play too fast sometimes. I try
Yeah.
not to... But I think I try to focus on playing stuff slow, real
Yeah.
slow first.
Yeah.
And then I try soloing over the chords, really learn the song, you know, instead of just learning an arrangement, like learning the arrangement of the song.
Yeah.
Like learning the chords that the song has, you know,
Mm-hmm.
instead of just, because I've learned arrangements of stuff and not really learned the song before, you know. And I guess the thing that's been most influential has just been listening Chet Atkins and Merle Travis
Yeah.
play, and Jerry Reed, Lenny Bro.
Yep.
Those guys have influenced me and made me want to try to play better.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
one of these days I'm
Might get there.
might get there one of these days.
Well, I know one of the things that you have done, and I'm curious to know, is on the Nashville show.
Yeah.
The used to be on network TV, and now I think it's on another.
CMT.
Yeah, CMT
Yeah.
now. But great show and legendary players. Y'all may not realize as you're just watching the show, all the players that are behind making this show happen, and they're all great legends around here. And you were in one of the character, Raina James's band there.
That, and I was in several other little groups, you know, with Charles Eston.
Yeah.
And then I played with the girl off the show. I played some Opry at the Opry several times with her.
Yeah, Peebles.
Aubrey Peebles.
Aubrey
yeah.
Peebles. Yeah.
And I got to play the Grand Ole Opry because of that show.
Yeah.
I played with Mike Snyder, and
Mhm.
because his fiddle player played in the same band. He was in the band that day, and he was like, "What are you doing Saturday night?" And I was like, he's like, "You never played the Opry?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Come on."
Wow.
He's like, "I'm gonna call Mike and get it set up." And just like that, I was on the Grand Ole Opry. It was
That's
crazy,
Amazing.
just by being on that show.
Yeah. How did you get connected with the folks on that show, or did you just know somebody that was in a band that was playing on?
I sent some stuff in, you know.
Mhm.
There was what I thought I got it through a Craigslist ad, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They just contacted me after I sent it. I think maybe the Craigslist ad was what it was. And my ex-girlfriend used to work on the show.
Oh well.
She claims that she may have given them, you know, we were still friends, so she may have or may not have given them some information about me.
Now, so how long did that stretch go that you were playing with them on the show, or in
I
some
guess
way
a couple
connected?
years.
Couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great
And
music.
just
came out
off
of
and
that.
on the show, you know, and then getting to play with Aubrey too, you know, that was
Mhm.
cool, and I enjoyed doing that. She's
Yeah.
a great singer.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, we need to start landing this ship here. Maria's asking the song that you wrote. Do you have a recording of that?
Yeah, you can get it on my website. It's jonathanbrownguitar.com, and it's there's a recording that you can download, I believe, on my website.
And I
for
think
like
I also
99
saw
cents.
a YouTube video of you playing.
There's a YouTube video of me playing it as well.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Really pretty. Leslie is saying, is improvisation common with the finger-picking style?
Yes, Merle Travis used to do it, you know, a lot, and but he would like keep the thumb going while he was. He never did, unless he had a band behind him, take a solo. You know,
Yeah.
I'd do that without a band. I'd sometimes try to take a solo.
Yeah.
Try to keep it in tempo, you know.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always work out, but sometimes it does. And I like to improvise.
Yeah. Train your ear.
Yeah.
Train your ear. John is saying, how about Kentucky? Any performances in cities within the great bluegrass state?
I have never played in
Get outta
except
here.
for I played at the Merle Travis Center.
That's
I
right.
did play at the Merle Travis Center, and for the thumb picking weekend this year or last year. So
And then I thought I saw a couple of YouTube videos. You played a Jerry Reed tribute. Is that right?
yeah, did a couple of them.
Where was that at?
Third and Lindsley.
Third and Lindsley. That's right.
Yeah, it was cool.
Wow. Okay. Another couple of questions, and then we got to get out of here. Dean is asking, do you ever get out to Indiana?
Yeah, I'll be there for the fingerstyle guitar competition that they have in Nashville, Indiana this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be playing in that. And I've been there almost every. I broke my finger last year, so I couldn't go.
Oh my goodness.
I broke my finger at the Chet Atkins convention.
Maybe
Yeah.
you're playing too hot, playing too hard.
I don't know
maybe.
what it
I
was.
don't know.
I actually slammed it in a door, but
And it broke,
it
not
broke.
just a sprain.
it broke it. Yeah,
Oh, my
this
goodness.
bone right here was
Ooh.
broken, and took me about 2 months or 3 months to heal up, I guess it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch hand injuries.
Oh my God.
It's a scary thing.
Yeah.
Neil is asking one last question. Do you ever record yourself as part of the learning process?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do
Because
that quite
I've
a-
seen some of your videos that usually have a little lick you've been working on or something. You'll put it up.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I do that a lot, and sometimes it takes 100 takes to get it, or 20 or 100 or whatever. But
Yep.
I do that a lot just to see, and
it's
good.
good to
I like to-
record yourself.
right.
A lot of times you're just not aware of some of the things that you may be doing well, and some of the things you might be, what? You know, I never saw that my hand was doing that, or I never, I'm kind of slowing down on that one part. You just don't realize until you actually just watch yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a very helpful thing to do. If you all haven't experimented with that in your own learning, no matter what level you're at, just record yourself. Oh, you feel self-conscious and you feel stupid. Welcome to the club. Everybody feels that way. Get over that. Once you get over that, there's a lot of learning that can happen after that. But if you're always, oh, I don't like looking at myself. If you're always that way, you're never going to learn. You're never going to learn. And the whole idea is to learn. So, lots of fun. I love doing these. I love the interaction between everybody.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a joy. I'm so glad
Really
that
enjoyed it.
you could be here
Yeah.
with us. I have been a secret fan of yours for a long time, and I have known the impact that you've had on various players, and I appreciate it.
Well,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it. I'm glad our worlds have collided a bit.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, me
looking
too.
Looking forward to having you back. So if you're ever in Nashville, give us a call. Send me an email at service@mightyoakmusic.com, and let me know you're coming through town, and we'll grab you. We'll grab Greg Voros. We'll go out to lunch, give you the grand tour of Gruhn's, and anything we can do while you're here. It's a lot of fun. It's a legendary place. I was just talking with Greg upstairs, and just we can't even mention all of the famous people that come through here and get work done. It is really something. This is the place for vintage instruments. So it's joy to get to be able to do our crazy little show out of here. So, all right, let us. What do you want to play to get us out?
Sweet Georgia?
Sweet Georgia Brown. All right. I'll do my best to hang in with you. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you,
Awesome.
Jonathan. Hey, keep up the great work in your own learning. Playing music is a wonderful thing. Keep up the practicing. You could do it. You can become the guitar player that you want to be. Just keep at it. Don't get discouraged. Hey, we will see you guys next time.